Minister Patrick Chinamasa will walk through those doors behind me to present his 2017 budget to Parliament in what some have called a mission impossible. He has to find ways to stimulate economic growth at a time that revenues are shrinking. Expenditure remains high while confidence is low. Many expect him to fall back on what's become his default setting. Do the best he can on $4 billion, the country's annual resource envelope in the last 2 years, but eventually borrow domestically to make up the deficit. It's a desperate plan which could scuttle the country's efforts to win back financial aid from international moneylenders.
We need assistance from the international community to get us out of the hole that we're in until we get the fiscal deficit right. This is what nobody talks about it. It's the elephant in the room. Last year it was $1 billion. It was 22% of the total budget. It is simply too big to be ignored. And the international agencies, particularly the multilaterals, IMF and the World Bank, will not allow us back into the club until we've got our fundamentals right.
Chinamasa is expected to update on the country's debt resolution strategy, whose success hinges on cutting expenditure, crucially on labor. This year, wages ate up 95% of revenue. Reforms of the civil service could show marginal savings in the new year, but not enough to meet expectations of various constituencies, not least women who are demanding more.
We constitute 52% of the population. I think we should get that 52% from the budget, the little that is available. We deserve that, and we are disadvantaged. We don't have the resources. And we hope, through our minerals, more revenue is going to be collected during this coming year. And right now, through the statutory instrument 64, I think that industries are going to open and thereby also increase the revenue collection from our government.
Their hopes were bolstered by President Robert Mugabe during his State of the Nation address, in which he urged speedy establishment of a women's bank, as well as improvement in the provision of various social services.
We also have got the view that if government can allocate more money, again, through Ministry of Health, the Abuja Declaration actually purports that 15% should go towards the health. I also think of a Ministry of Water, climate change, where the drilling of bore, the rural people, they benefit much if water is collected nearer to them, because they spend most of their time walking long distances. Lastly, I think there is need for to have a look at our sanitary way.
It's a lengthy wish list, and not the only one the finance minister will have on his desk. He has his work cut out for him, trying to juggle the demands against limited resources. Farai Mwakutuya, CCTV, Harare, Zimbabwe.